siento medio tonto. Y mientras más te acercas, más nervioso me pongo. Si te pasas de fresca, juro que no respondo. Muévelo, muévelo. Mira como un trompo, acelerado y pico. Me siento medio tonto. Y mientras más te acercas, más nervioso me pongo. Si te pasas de fresca, juro que no respondo. Muévelo, muévelo. Muévelo, muévelo. Muévelo, muévelo. Dale pa' arriba. Dale pa' abajo.
World's best gather here. XBL baseball starts now.
It's crushed to the moon, and we're tied.
He picks it up on the second, over to first in time for the double play that ends the inning.
That's gone.
Oh my, oh my, oh my.
Trying to repeat.
It's good!
To the pen! This game is over!
Oh! Crushed! Left field! Off the pole!
Domingo Bell! Deep center field! Carrying! And it's gone! That was hit hard. Left center field. Did she do it again? To the wall!
Swung on Bell to the deep left field. Is this baby gone? A grand slam!
Champion! The AAA World Series is over! What a line shot!
I can't believe my eyes.
Good evening, XBL faithful. Hope you all are doing well. I'm joined here this evening by MJJ, also known as Mama June June. How are you this evening, sir?
I'm doing really good. I'm honestly just happy to announce some of these names that are on Use's team, or Skull's team. I'm going to probably mess it up a lot of times, but he's got a really fun team design that I'm really looking forward to watching.
Yeah, super exciting to have him return back to the XBL here in the AAA for us. He's had a couple seasons in the XBL and AAA, I believe, under his belt, and so always happy to see people return. We welcome them with open arms, of course. He's going to be going up against JulioAces, a bit of a sophomore season here. Had high hopes and actually had kind of high expectations in the previous season, although we know that he sort of copied a roster of the 5-time XBL champ, tried to carry that into the AAA last season, and didn't quite go the way that they had hoped, but they've made some adjustments, learned on the fly a bit, and they are looking to excel here in the AAA now this season, this time around. I suppose let's maybe just kick off right into our keys of the game here for this evening. Similar to the match of the week last week on the XBL side, here in the AAA, we've got some heavy hitters here tonight. Some potential real long ballo contenders. I believe Yeezus or our friend here wants to, lead the league in home runs already to start the season. Do you have any stats to go off of there?
I do actually. For some of the people who saw that notification when Skull joined the league again, and some of us reacted like, "Oh, we know this guy," and some people didn't. Well, to those who didn't, I would like to let you know that Skull is third all-time in AAA home runs, so I would definitely expect some firepower. But going on this season, the hitting's been pretty, honestly, kind of average for Skull. But for the Aces, on the other hand, he's batting .385, which is currently third in the league.
Yeah, just bombastic stats across the board for the offense. These guys for the start of the season, and that also ties into the plate discipline. We know that, or at least most of us probably know, Julio really can just absolutely demolish the off speed. I personally am not sure about Skull, but I suspect they can, given the stats you just posted for them. But the off speed is really, really dangerous for Julio, and the velo is really going to be the big question, I think, between these two. That's kind of the counter weakness, if you could call it that, for Julio. I'm interested to see how that goes for Skull. I know that one of his series was streamed from Dwayne, so I have some light scouting, I suppose. But do you have anything else to throw in there, Mama?
Yeah, I just know that the Aces are currently averaging about one more walk per 9 than Lecheros at 2.56, and I also know that the Aces played Dwayne as well, and I believe got mercied in the first game, maybe 12-0, and then game 2, I think they lost 8-9. So they definitely have the power to get it done, but I think it's definitely be a very high-scoring matchup.
Yeah, I would agree with that for sure. I definitely suspect both of these teams to continue their offensive prowess here this evening. And yeah, I mean, there's kind of middling pitching stuff, even though we have a really small sample size to start the season so far. We're just now, entering nearly the second week, so that's to be expected. But career-wise, not really anything to harp on or to bring to light. I think we're just going to really be focused on the bats and all the other talking points, like we said. So, is there anything else you want to throw in there before we get the action started?
I guess that just both these teams are super close so far. Both are 6-4 in their run differentials. The Aces is 14, the Lecheros at 13. So very similar stats, really all around. I think that are going to be really in here for a good one.
Yeah, I think so as well. Let's take a brief pause here to get everything set up, get the action started, and we'll bring it back right on your screens here, folks. Stay with us. Alrighty, folks. Game 1 between JulioAces and Skull here. It's going to be played at Stade Royale, or as Uni likes to say, Stade Royale. But it's basically the French-Canadian Red Rock here. Very, very similar dimensions. And look at these red, almost pink unis for the Lecheros. I don't remember seeing those.
Yeah, very vibrant and pretty kind of a complete opposite of the Aces light blue and white combination.
Yeah, little red and blue contrast. I like it. Looks like we got a fork ball in the arsenal here for Crab, the starter on the mound for the Aces. First pitch in there for a strike. Now the count goes even, 1-1. Choco Fluff, and as you mentioned, some of these names are going to be great from the Lecheros. I peeped them as well, so we're in for a good time as the first out is made there. Soft grounder to third. That'll bring up Buttercup O'Hara.
Yeah, and so far through a small sample size, we see Aces really attacking the zone. I guess trying to just get up in the count early, but he's just trying to really stop that, fouling some of these off.
Jesus takes strike 2, catches the zone, nice pitch there. He's going to come up high with the velo, and it's chased but fought off. Count stays at 1-2. Julio electing to now go change the eye level, and it almost pays off, but again, the at-bat stays alive from a foul ball. This one, high, misses the zone, count goes even, 2-2. Julio being very careful to not leave anything over the plate there. You can see him drag the cursor away once it feels like it's getting away from him, as this one's driven to left field, but should be routine for Jake DeLome out there in left. That'll put the second out away.
Yeah, pretty good swing on that one considering the location of the pitch in the first place.
It is interesting this starter has falls behind, so that's a bit of a treacherous trait for some of us out there, especially on a starter. But Julio, even though solid contacts made in that third at bat, gets away with a 1-2-3 inning. Nobody reaches for the Lecheros. They'll be on the mound now here to kick things off defensively.
It's also a good thing to remind you guys that this is actually a live recording, which is kind of contrary to what we've seen semi-recently with some pre-recorded games in the playoffs. But yeah, I think another thing is that I believe that this is Skull's first match of the week in probably like 2-ish years, so there's definitely some nerves involved.
Yeah, it's a great point. I mean, the lights are going to be bright for sure. Anyone who hasn't played a match of the week, especially a live session, is a very different feeling, a different vibe, and brings out some feelings that you might not be familiar or comfortable with, as this one sneaks past the center fielder. Great contact. That's going to be extra bases, surely a triple. It's a stand-up triple. With one out here in the bottom of the first, the Aces looking to strike first.
Yeah, perfect swing there by the Aces, and that, as we can see, that center field can go way deep, so even if that runner had a little bit more speed, we could be seeing inside the park territory.
Wow, a dangerous pitch was not capitalized on there. Hard of the plate, misses the first one, but the count's even now, 1-1, now 2-1, missing low. Power versus righties is active here for Otis Sanchez. And the Aces showing that good plate discipline, solid contact again, sneaks by the diving second baseman, and we have our first run of the evening here in favor of the Aces.
Yep, got 80 on that power score, and we can see that this pitcher is definitely more so built for pitching to contact, as we can see the low velocity with the two-seamer and cutter, so trying to force a lot of chases.
Yeah, this one was inside. I think there's bad ball hitter on that as well. Wasn't enough to produce a hit, so it's going to be the second out here in the first inning. Greg Mock, the RBI hero, clutch traded batter. Neither of those traits are active at the moment, as there is good speed at first, but a great arm behind the plate here for the Lecheros. Gets the first strike of the at-bat now. It's 2-1 here as Buttermilk Barnes throws another one. Velo is throwing off Julio. Count goes even, but then takes, so we should see the runner queued here. It's a full count with 2 outs, and he takes high for ball 4. The runner at first and second, a solid at bat there, and productive to add yet another base runner here. We have the 6th spot hitting Duke Nuke, the catcher for the Aces, as they get weak contact. Missed that one, unfortunately for them, as it's a third and final out. So the Lecheros They come away with only giving up one. Could have been more, but they're going to look to even up the game here now in the top of the second.
Yeah, solid showcase there, and Lecheros were really attacking the zone with only throwing fastballs for I think the last 2 at-bats or so. So definitely an interesting approach.
Yeah, definitely need to keep an eye on the sequencing as the game progresses here, especially with the lower velo. It's very it's an art form that's not always respected, but it's kind of hard to perfect for sure. And so we'll see how that carries out as Julio is ahead here in a pitcher's count, 1-2. A dribbler to third. Oof. And a great arm just barely beats the runner by half a step to get that second out. I wasn't sure if they're going to beat it out or not.
Yeah, that guy needs to get on the treadmill because that was ridiculous. Condensed Milkowski there getting thrown out at first despite having the weakest contact probably of the game so far.
Yeah, contrary to the great name, he has a relatively poor moment there. So look to bounce back here as the game goes on. Bottom of the second, and the center fielder for the Aces, SEC Speed, hits a bit of a floater there, easily handled by the second baseman, kind of chasing and expanding the zone. Could be, like we mentioned, a bit of the under the lights feeling, but this one's driven into the gap in left center. A diving play, but it gets by the center fielder. It's extra bases again for the Aces. They're going to look to put the brakes on at second base. It's a 1-out double.
Yep, nice swing. Aces are really seeing this pitcher super well. This low velocity. Elite cutter isn't doing too much, but still plenty of game left.
Yeah, we are very much in the early stages here of our match of the week. This one softly sent to center, but that's going to fall and score a run. Great base running to realize early that that ball was going to drop, and that's the second run now of the game. Another ball floated into the outfield. This one more routinely dealt with out and right to earn the second out of the inning now as we get around to the 2 spots. I believe the third baseman for the Aces. Solid hitting stats. I think it's a 75 power, 70 contact for most of these batters in the lineup. Definitely deadly, especially when we get to the late game stages and that pressure meter starts to climb and become more impactful on the game. Count is full now here with 2 outs yet again. Julio takes inside, a great eye, good discipline to not chase, and now it's runners at first and second.
Scary hitter up.
And first pitch swinging goes down the third base line in left field. That's fair. That's going to score a run. It's a 2-out double, advancing the runner to third as well. 3-0 Aces.
Yep, now you have that bad ball hitter. I mean, this could get out of hand early.
Oh, swings at the first pitch. Aggressive approach at the plate. He does have the first pitch slayer trait, so I'm sure that plays into it, at least mentally, but does not pay off there. Still a very successful, productive inning there. The Aces extend their lead 3-0. Solid start to the inning now here for the Lecheros with the leadoff single over that shortstop's head. Didn't have a chance to make a play. And the power and contact versus right-handers is active here. They're swinging first pitch. Deep ball back at the warning track. This has a chance. It's off the yellow part of the wall. It's the deepest single we've seen so far this game, and that was inches from being a 1-run game.
I wonder if Julio thought it was gone because he was pretty clearly like at the very beginning of the warning track. I thought maybe he conceded the fact that it was going to be a home run, but it wasn't. Guess you take that though.
Yeah, I gotta question the hustle by the right fielder. I think you always gotta try to jump when it's gonna be close, but this one's hit into the gap in deep right center field, rolls and hits the wall as the right fielder sends it back in. We're gonna see the brakes put on at third. It's a no-out double. Runners at second and third, and the Lecheros are wasting no time in trying to claw this lead away.
Yeah, that was with the pitcher too.
Taco Fluff, as you said, we've come around now to the leadoff spot. 0-2 count, and it's a ground out there. It'll be an RBI as well. It's a 1-run game with the runner on third.
The second baseman, number 18.
Going outside, Julio trying to figure out what the Lecheros' weakness is hitting-wise, but they can't find it quick enough because that one is deep into left center field, and that one hits the wall. It's a tie game, 1-out double. Lecheros bats are starting to heat up.
Yeah, both sides seeing both pitchers super well. Good contact everywhere. I mean, Saudi Real is really proving to be a really fun place to play. So many extra base hits. The short right field wall can lead to some easy home runs. Fun experience so far.
Yeah, that falls behind trade becoming ever more, glaringly impactful as this one's hit into right field. Not going to be deep enough for the lead runner to advance all the way home. They're going to put the brakes on at third, so runners at the corners. 1 out. Double play is in effect here. This one's floated to left. Be a relatively decent arm. Lecheros considered sending. Maybe it's just to deke out the defense and advance the retreating runner there from first. So runners now at second and third. 2 runners in scoring position. Swinging yet again at the first pitch. An aggressive approach, and similar to Julio, ends with a ground out. We have a tie ball game here. It's 3 apiece.
Yep, super nice pitch there on the outside. They got him for some weak contact. That's when it's deep to center field at the wall. It's gone.
A 68 power home run. Julio has just enough muscle to get it over the wall there. A solo shot to lead it off in the third for the Aces, and they take that lead back right away.
Yeah, that one just kept carrying. I mean, I saw the 68. I was like, I don't know if that's going to have enough, but boy, did it. Deep center field. Just no doubter, honestly.
Yeah, I know those in the chat talking about the over. I personally don't. I didn't look at what it was, but I would agree that we're very much on pace to hit the over. Second out there you see is a ground out from the shortstop, so Aces looking to continue to put the pressure on here in the third after taking that lead back. Soft grounder there to end the inning, but as we said, a successful inning. It's a 4-3 ball game now, heading into the top of the fourth, as it's the 6th spot hitting Soy Wate for the Lecheros. Now goes 2-0. Patient approach this time, but swings and misses at a pitch just low and inside. This one's going to be inside again. And takes well, good plate discipline. Let's see a hitter's count here. 3-1. Curveball. Swung on, but early and hits it foul down that first base side. Payoff pitch. Foul to the first baseman. Easily handled and dealt with.
Catcher number 3.
Lactose intolerance, the catcher for the Lecheros, has a 2-0 count here, looking for a payoff pitch of their own. It's a forkball on the outside. Get just enough on it. That should fall. It's a 1-out single now here, and a decent piece of hitting there from the Lecheros.
Yeah, he's kind of completely changed his approach from the fourth inning to from the third. Really patient these early counts, and then, well, I mean, swings at this first pitch here. Ward's going to range over.
Oh, just
drop
barely.
the slide. Brutal.
Yeah, I thought the animation actually would have been a dive there, but it was a slide, and they were just a half step too late. Could prove impactful, though, because that would have been the second out. There's really below average speed at first, so the double play is very much a possibility here if he can get one on the ground. But he can't get the ball over the plate in the zone. It's going to be a 1-out walk now. Runners at first and second, bringing the pitcher up yet again. Lecheros looking to pinch hit potentially. They will. It's Kurt Skim, yeah. Pinch hitter with 2 homers and 5 RBIs already on the season as they send a deep drive to right. Back towards the track at the wall. This one is gone. It's a 3-run shot for the Lecheros.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, that drop in right field is just massive. I mean, that might be the best pinch hitter in the league. Already 3 home runs, and this is their 9th game.
Yeah, that's
maybe 11th.
I mean, yeah, I guess their 11th game, but that's crazy. 3 homers, and I don't know how many at-bats they have. I saw their average was pretty high as well, so they can't have been used terribly too much, maybe 5 times or so, and they've delivered nearly every time. They've been called up as Buttercup O'Hara comes up to the plate now here with 2 outs in the 4th. And first pitch swinging, grounded to that first baseman. Aces drop the lead. It's a 3-run inning for the Lecheros. And it's a 6-4 ball game.
Nice bounce back there, taking advantage of some errors. See the pitcher lead off here. Have to imagine they're going to come out of the game. They will.
Yeah, both pitchers getting pulled in the 4th inning. This pinch hitter has a solid contact, especially against righties with that trade active. And they send one to the shortstop, just grabbed in time for the first out.
Number 86.
Hines Ward, the one spot for the Aces, is tense at the moment. And I would have to assume it's because they're the right fielder. And I guess it's because of the dropped ball. Although I was questioning if the ball had actually hit the ground first.
Yeah.
So maybe you'd have to get an instant replay and double check. But they are tense regardless. A 2-out, first pitch swinging, single to right field. Solid hit there. And the Aces look to get things back on track as Otis Ranches, with his extra power, hoping to deal some damage here. Runner on base, tying run at the plate. This one hit past the second baseman. No chance at it, and it's misplayed in right field. That's going to be extra bases. We're going to see at least one run, and it's another triple on the air. A cannon arm procced, but it's not even at the bag. A 2-out triple and a huge defensive blunder brings the Aces right back into this.
Yeah, and that 3 hitters in all over the place. He did a left field for a double the time before. Oh my God! And that one to right center.
Yeah, it's hard to tell sometimes if it's Discord having a funky moment or it's actually the Metalhead Grace harming the gameplay for the actual players. There's a strike. Pitch is below the zone. The velo is tripping up Julio a little too much there, so he strands a runner at third, but they still chip away at that lead. It's 6-5 Lecheros heading into the top of the 5th. Gets under this one for the first out in the 5th inning, bringing up Derry Magic, the 4-spot hitter who has 4 homers and 13 RBIs through 10 games. Looking to get on base here as this one's hit to the shortstop, who's ranging back into shallow center, able to grab it. The 2 away quickly here now. Condensed Milkowski steps into the plate. Not going to have an opportunity to proc their RBI hero trait. Watches that one just barely miss. Julio was sure it caught the zone. Makes the count 2-0 here. And swinging on the fastball. It's going to be a grounder for the 3rd out. So they go 1-2-3 in the 5th. Aces are back at the plate looking to do some damage and continue their momentum from the previous inning. Greg Mock here to lead us off.
He hit the home run earlier in the game. Now he's contributing even further with a nice little single up the middle.
Yeah, solid hit there. A leadoff single, and Aces continuing to pound pavement. Off-speed hitter. It's a 78 power, but it's just going to die at the warning track as the left fielder corrals it. That is a pitch that was nearly going to send this stadium into pandemonium.
Yep, just under that one. I mean, you can even argue that he's on it, but just not enough power.
Lecheros starting to throw a lot more fastballs here as Julio's late on that one. 3rd fastball of the at-bat, then he goes off speeds, changing the sequence, but Julio's wise to lay off. Can't catch up to that fastball, which may have been out of the zone, but regardless, it's a strikeout here for out number 2. Another fastball he's late on. This one's sliced into center, ranging over and making the catch is Milky Way to get that 3rd and final out, so the Lecheros avoid or I should say retain their lead as we head now to the top of the 6th here as the runs keep coming in. And we continue to see leadoff singles from both sides.
Now batting, the catcher,
number 3.
I've seen both these teams are not super speedy. I mean, I don't think we've seen one steal attempt. I don't think we will see one steal attempt. Just pure extra base hits and will.
Yeah, that was a funky fly out or foul out. I mean, it looked like it hit the dirt, but somehow the Lecheros golfed it up, and the catcher is able to take care of it. That was bizarre. This one on the ground at third quickly, and it returning to the base comes into play. The second baseman drops the routine double play, and instead of an inning-ending double play, we now have runners at first and second. Only one out. Gonna see a pinch hitter yet again.
Yep, and one thing you see Julio say in the Discord maybe once a week is defense is a meme stat. I mean, that player has good defense, but they drop it on the transfer.
Metalhead had to do it to Julio here on Match of the Week. They had to let their presence be known as this 2-0 pitch is paid off into deep left center, hitting the dirt, and that'll be a 1-out double. Should be 2 RBIs. We see the plate is not in time. It's an 8-5 ball game here. Lecheros lead the Aces.
Just beautiful swings, and this is the second time he's absolutely punished unfortunate defense. Really being the key in this one for the Lecheros.
Julio hoping to stop the bleeding as he leaves a pitch dangerously over the plate, but it goes foul. Count is now 2-1 here. And they are kind of struggling to find the zone. The SBRP is tense. Brings the count full now with that strike. Leaves one over the plate again. Fouled down the third base side again. Cutter high in the zone to deep right center. Center fielder ranging over, and they make the catch in time, holding that runner at second. A solid defensive play out there for out number 2.
The second baseman.
Yep, SEC speed living up to his name. Nice little range there in center.
Skull surprised by that first strike call, then swings and misses for the second strike here. Count goes 1-2 now after that pitch missed high. But the velo low gets him chasing, and that'll be out number 3. So some more damage done in favor of the Lecheros. And the Aces looking to chip away now yet again. They do have time, but we're in the bottom of the 6th. It's a 3-run ball game.
Looks like he wants the pinch hitter, maybe misclicked though. I'm not really sure what's happening here.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
So keep the pitcher in.
Yeah, the SBRP remains in the game. Just gonna try and eat some pitches here. Count is 1-2. Swings and misses on the pitch up and in for the strikeout. So 1 away. Yeah, there's maybe Julio wasn't sure what he wanted to do either. Just took a moment to try to figure some things out and map out the remaining innings. As we mentioned, it's getting late here as this one sent to deep right center. That should be extra bases as well. Plenty of extra base hits this game. As you mentioned, the dimensions out there in center field, there's just really wide gaps, and even if you had the most elite defense, you're not going to get to most of these balls. One hit diving first baseman makes the play for the second out. Advances that lead runner over to third. And Otis Sanchez.
Cycle watch.
Yeah. You're going to swing, though, at the first pitch, and that's a grounder to end the inning, so they get their mojo reduced, actually, by that outcome as we now go to the top of the 7th here. Lecheros look to extend their lead. Soft grounder. We're starting to see a very aggressive approach. We've seen it throughout the game at many moments, but especially now we're seeing a very low patient or just aggressive approach for that first pitch hit that both players are seeking. I guess I say that, but there's also been a lot of 2-0 counts, so maybe that maybe it's kind of hard to explain how it's been going, but we're now at 2-2. This one's fouled into the stands down the third base side. We're going to see the cutter come up and in, and could not lay off of it. The Skull for the second out. Going to bring up Condensed Milkowski. Still, I don't think they've had an opportunity to proc that RBI hero trait yet this game, even though they've scored 8 runs. Fastball on the outside corner, fouled away. Count goes 1-2. Lays off the cutter well inside. Solid contact back up the middle, but the shortstop actually makes the catch before it hits the dirt. That will tire the side here. A quick stretch takes us to the bottom of the 7th, where it's the bad ball hitting Nathan Nibbles. Takes first pitch for a ball, swings at one outside of the zone. You can see the frustration there from Julio. Can't connect on it.
Yeah, it really hurts to miss with such a good hitter, but who he hasn't missed with so far is Reg Mock at the plate, who does have a home run. Love to get another one of those to cut down this deficit.
Yeah, had that solo shot, I think, earlier in the game. Misses that one. Great reticle, but just late on the timing. Fouls that one away. It's reliever up to their 17th pitch, and Julio wildly swings at that one. That's not what you want to see.
Yep, not ideal, but still have 7 more outs left in this game on the batting side. Just got to get base runners.
Yeah, it's been a good effort so far, and there's plenty of ball game to be played as this one's grounded to second, and it's routinely taken care of there. Side goes in order 1, 2, 3 as we head into the top of the 8th. Soy Latte will lead us off for the Lecheros.
Julio must really love this pitcher because he has not really gone to either of his relievers, if I'm not mistaken. Just straight pitcher to SBRP.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up as well. That was his 41st pitch. And still has okay stats, especially compared to when they entered the game. You'd have to think this is going to be their last inning, as I believe the Aces were entering the bottom half, bottom third of their batting order. Changeup missed over the heart of the plate. Lucky that ball didn't leave the yard, as Utter Squeeze fouled it away. Count now 1-1. This one inside, but connected on to the right fielder's glove for out number 3. And they go in order again. See a bit of a consistent, momentum from inning to inning for both players here now. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 6 outs remaining for the Aces. And they're going to have to get something going here. It's the 7th spot hitter for them.
Yeah, and I don't know if we mentioned it, but when this reliever was brought in maybe an inning or 2 ago, I mean, they have really good stats. I have to imagine maybe that's like 65 velo, but reverse splits just kind of shut Julio down, but maybe that will change as that one was crushed up the middle.
Yeah, it's going to reduce the mojo as well of the pitcher, so their 27th pitch on the way. Surely going to hit 30 pitches here shortly, potentially even in this at bat, as the count is now 2-0. Make it 3-0. See if Jake DeLome has the green light. It's down the middle, did not have it. Count goes 3-1. Solid speed at first, and he takes ball 4 outside. It's great discipline there. And a crunch time moment, as Disco Inferno, the reliever, is sure to come out here. Pinch hitting is potentially pinch hit R. It will be pinch hit R. The pinch perfect hitting pinch Pitar. As Cottage Carlson comes in, the K collector. That'll be something to keep an eye out for, the right-hander. See if he can get a 2-strike count at some point here. As you see, the pressure meter's full, and it plays a huge moment here. It's a 3-run shot to tie this ball game up in the 8th.
I don't think I've ever seen a game where pinch hitters have played such a pivotal role in who's going to win.
Pinch hitters for both sides going yard this game. Unbelievable. It's 8-8 in the 8th, and there's no outs as the Aces send this one to the second baseman. Diving stop, and it's the first out now here of the inning.
This is all I could have asked for when I learned that I was going to cast this set. It's that one deep center field. Hits the calcium out of that ball, and that will give the Aces the lead. 460 feet.
Absolutely tattooed, and a lucky fan was able to catch it as there's a huge gap in center, but that one carried all the way into the crowd. That thing was just demolished.
What a game. He smokes. That one is right field. It's going to get past the first baseman for a single.
What an epic turn of events and a huge momentum shift in favor of the Aces now. Amazing blazing speed at first, as there's a bit of a wild swing from the bad ball hitter, who's tense. Misses that one. Decent reticle, but late on the timing now, so it's a quick 0-2. K Collector activated. Up and in, misses the zone. Of course, the reliever's tense after giving up those home runs. But they catch the bottom of the zone. A nice pitch there. The velo had Julio guessing, and it's a strikeout here for out number 2. Aces looking to add some insurance as we're close to entering the 9th inning.
Clutch hitter up.
Just late on the timing, a good placed reticle. Same thing here. 99 that time. K Collector activates. Takes low and inside. It's a full count. 2 outs. The clutch hitter doesn't get a strike to swing at as he takes ball 4 outside. A great at bat there.
Amazing patience that's so hard to really use when you're, you know, in such a pivotal part of the game, looking to get some insurance runs.
Quickly 0-2. The whiffer trade activated now for Duke Nuke, who has the off-speed hitter trait. Has a fastball to hit. 78 power on the meter, and it's dealt with easily, routinely by the center fielder for the 3rd out. So we have another lead change this game. It's a 1-run lead heading into the 9th. Lecheros down to their final 3 outs, looking to tie or even flip the lead yet again this game.
Now batting.
Yeah, I was looking at that bullpen, the quick glimpse that we saw, and it's not really to be desired. A lot of pitchers like this with around 50 velocity.
Yeah, a bit of a funky pen build as Wally Balks, a funky name, gives up a leadoff single up the middle. Not really any defensive chance to take that away. And the lineup is turned over just in time for the Lecheros here in the 9th inning with the full pressure meter. A first pitch Slayer swings at one outside the zone that goes foul for strike 1. Also has Mind Gamer, which could be a big deal. This one sent to deep right center. Tracking over his SEC speed. It's past his head. He took a poor line to it. Both fielders tracking this ball down as it rolled to the gap. It's a no-out triple tying this ball game. What on earth are we seeing here tonight? What an epic start here in game 1.
Just such clutch hitting by both teams, back and forth all game. And you have Milky Way up, clutch. This guy's like 99 power.
I'm not pitching to this guy, and that's why it's deep in the left field to the stands. Kiss it goodbye, a 2-run blast, and the Lecheros reclaim their lead.
Yeah, back and forth, got one to hit, max power, you knew it was going to be gone.
Man, right on cue. That thing was just tattooed. And it's Bobson Dugnut coming into the game as Wally Balks just could not get anything on the corners. 1 out here. That ball is deep, but it's foul. Lecheros bats are on fire right now. As I say that, I curse them, but they're rewarded. It's a dribbler past the second baseman. I guess they had to dive, but that was an oddly located hit.
Number 35.
Oh no.
This one smoked down the line. That's going to be extra bases again. Base jogger activates. Play at thirds, not in time, but is a little closer than you might be comfortable with if you're Skull. Regardless, it's a 1-out double. Runners at second and third. And Julio contemplating the intentional walk, maybe. Yep, that is in fact what they were doing.
I don't know if I like it, man. I just think he's hitting it so well. I think we've only seen maybe 1 double play successfully completed this whole game.
This is a bunter sprinter pinch hitter. Swinging away. I am curious to see if he pulls off the bunt. Swings away again. Count is quickly 0-2. This one's going to be on the outside. Good take there. Julio dangerously flirting with the off speed. It's in the zone, but it's missed. And that bunter If it was the previous pinch hitter in the game, I know you like obviously it couldn't be, but if it was, that thing is absolutely leaving the stadium.
A similar hitter to Milky Way that we saw who hit the moonshot to left field.
Yeah, kind of a wild swing there from Skull. Quickly 0-2 now. Gonna have to defend this pitch, and he does. He fouls it away. Red reticle gets away from the catcher,
no.
but there's a very shallow backstop here. I'm just now realizing it. Stade. So no play at the plate, no chance of advancing. 1-2 count. A good take. Watch the off speed, miss the zone outside, low and away. 2-2, swings way early on it. And that's going to end the inning, but damage is done as the Lecheros lead this game now. We'll head to the bottom of the ninth. It's Yogurt Yancey stepping in to close this one out.
7, 8, 9 up, and really nice reliever that I'm shocked the Lecheros didn't go to earlier, but maybe that's because of the closer penalty. But regardless, gonna tap into center field. We'll have the tying run at the plate.
Hard to stomach that single if you're Skull, as that one was high and well out of the zone, but it doesn't matter. It hits a hit. It's a leadoff single. Pressure meter is at 3 out of 4. Count is quickly 0-2. Yogurt Yancey not wasting any time. It's a slider well out of the zone. Grounded to the first baseman, throws it in time for the out on the lead runner. A wise out to take. Was a bit closer than I was comfortable with, but he is able to get the play done. This one line to the shortstop, and he's not retreating. It's a game-ending double play line out, and the Aces lose this game 1 by a score of 11-9.
Just a fantastic game that I think you could say was lost on the fundamentals there. I mean, some fielding errors in his control, some out of his control. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, a great, exciting game 1, a great start to this series between these two players who really, as we hyped up, their offensive prowess definitely delivered, and just an exciting game 1 here. I'm excited to get game 2 underway. We're going to switch perspectives and get Skull's stream fired up to give us just a few moments here, everybody, as we transition things over. Alrighty, folks, we're here for game 2. Mama is going to be on the mic for play-by-play.
Yep, you got the great Ciudad de Colores, one of my favorite stadiums in the whole game. I mean, I think the aesthetic is very, very nice.
The fans are ready to go at Ciudad de Colores.
Yeah, it's a great stadium, and maybe not everybody's favorite batter's eye, but I enjoy it. I enjoy the colorful scenery here, so...
Yep. Dimensions aren't as crazy. I think the left and right field wall are definitely higher, but overall should make a small difference. But we'll now see pitching from the Lecheros perspective. If you missed game 1, it was an absolute heater.
Yeah, an epic game 1 to what we hope to be an epic series here between the Aces and the Lecheros.
Yep. Low velocity strike 3 on the high fastball. We see that K neglector, which is probably going to come into effect a lot as we saw a lot of 0-2 counts. And that one's hit right side past the diving second baseman. Be the first base runner of the game. And here is Otis Ranchez, who had a fantastic game 1. Scorched it to left field past the jumping third baseman. Runner's going to round second, head to third, but it will go back, recognizing that maybe it's a little bit too risky for this first inning.
So look who's at the plate.
Big hitter to the left center field. That's going to score at least one. Runner rounding second goes to third. Going to round third as well. It's going to be a play at the plate. Safe. 2-0 lead here for the Aces. Greg Mock is at the plate looking to add.
Yes, I love the aggressive send there, and it paid off. That round's going to be critical, I imagine, as they're going to see another slugfest here in game 2.
Yep, getting more to hit is the Aces. Or will stay at third this time around, and we are seeing aggressiveness on the super low velocity pitcher. Gets ahead, is not helping. That one's over the middle. Way early on the curveball. Takes the outside cutter. 1-1 count. Right on first and third, both with relatively low speed. Takes inside two-seamer. 3-1 now. Going to get one to hit. Over the middle of the plate. Magic dives. Does not grab it. Be a 3-0 lead for the Aces in this first inning.
Yeah, Julio and the Aces are just out for blood after how game 1 ended. They thought they had the storybook comeback, and it wasn't meant to be, and now they're just letting it rip here in game 2.
Yeah, pass the diving Magic again. It's going to get past the star center fielder Milky Way. Not sure if it's stopped for you, but overall, runners will get to second and third.
Yeah, we're on the best possible connection here. Everything's Ethernet, so it must have, I mean, it could be me, but more likely it's just like a Twitch processing thing.
We're going to, lag pitch into sub of the pitcher. Another lag pitch,
no.
My gosh. This new pitcher, ever since he brought in, I mean, that pitcher got through 1 out. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, this is unfortunate.
The pitcher, number 48.
Especially when it's piling on like that. You're already letting up base runners regularly. That one's hit deep to left field. Fluffs goes back to the wall. It is gone. The Aces take an 8-0 lead.
Oh my mama, that lag pitch, well, multi-lag pitch at bat immediately gets punished there as we see this ball leave the yard, and the lag and connection are kind of playing a factor here.
Yeah, definitely hurts big time. I mean, Aces have officially batted around. Heinz Ward, Sky into center field. Wade will be there, making his first really successful play.
But that's only the second out, 8 runs.
Yeah. And I want to say it's a complete turn of last game, but we saw this level of hitting really in game 1 as well. It's just not in this condensed space. That one's a deep to right field. Latte goes back. Gonna jump, and he grabs it! Soy Latte with the robbed home run to bring some morale up.
8 runs on 7 hits for the Aces, but the Lecheros end the inning on a high note as they rob one that was surely in the second row. That was a great defensive grab.
Yep. No need for cannon arm when you can just jump up and grab it. Don't even need to allow the base runner. Leads off with a hit. Here comes Buttercup O'Hara.
Number 18.
Todd Gonzalez on the mound. One of the more interesting arsenals we will see. Doesn't feature a cutter or a curveball.
Yeah, all the action on the pitches was going to move towards the right-hand side of the plate, of course, from the pitcher's perspective.
Fouled off there, 2-2 count. Good speed on first. Going to chase on the inside pitch again. It's going to be crucial for the Lecheros to recognize those inside pitches when you're batting with the righty because you have only pitches that move that way.
Number 70.
Milky Way at the plate, looking for some redemption. They try to make up for some of the runs in the outfield. Stares at the inside forkball. 1-1 count. Hits it hard to right field. It's going to stay fair. Will advance the runner to third, and he's going to try for second. Will be in there safely. Lecheros, despite being down 8, are absolutely not out of it.
Yeah, they're one of the few bats here in the AAA that I think is not afraid of putting up any number as we see this one fall, and that's going to be their first run of the game.
Yeah, and suddenly you have the run up to the plate, and then if you hit a home run, well, the deficit from the previous inning is cut in half. And condensed Milkowski finally getting a chance to proc that RBI hero, and it's going to get off the second baseman, Mock's glove.
I have to
8-2 ball game.
I have to laugh just because Julio is known for complaining about defense being a meme stat, and we've seen it yet again in this series where the defense lets him down.
Yeah, here's Soy Latte, the right fielder who's already locked in because he robbed a home run that would have made it 9-0. First and second, not the best speed. Chases on the outside pitch. Shortstop over to first, and it's a low pitch. Not sure if that's lag or lack of skill. I don't know. But regardless, unfortunate there. But hey, you got the out. Got to be happy. That one's up the middle. 8-3 ball game, and all of a sudden 5 runs is like, okay, that's like just another inning.
Yeah, I gotta say, if you're Julio, you cannot go into autopilot mode, even though you were up 8. I mean, Lecheros and Skull, they're an XBL veteran. This isn't the first time they've been down 8 runs, and I don't know if they've ever come back from it. I guess we don't have deep enough analytics. We'd have to take a really deep dive manually, but he's clearly cooking here in the first inning. He's not going to go quietly.
Way early on the changeup. That will end the rowdy first inning. 11 total runs scored, which is ridiculous. If you're the Lecheros, you need a clean inning here because, well, one, you don't want your pitcher's stamina to be in the dumpster when you only have 2 more relievers and a closer left. That one's going to be, who knows where that'll go. 2-1 ball game, or 2-1 count, excuse me. Also because you want to get the momentum back with your bats. Julio's going to stare at a 5-pitch walk.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 17.
Here comes Nathan Nibbles, probably the best hitter in this lineup. Gets one to hit, absolutely scorched to Magic at short.
Now batting, the second baseman,
Stopped.
number 5.
We are not trying to help improve Twitch, but appreciate the pop-up. They already raised their sub prices too many times. That one's popped up to Magic. He's getting plenty of work so far in this game, for good or for bad.
Now batting, the catcher, number 20.
Duke Nuke up. Good speed on first, off-speed hitter on this batter. Staring at some of these moving fastballs. 3-0 count now. Very good patience. Does not give himself the green light for good reason. The first and second with SEC speed up. Hits it hard to right field. Latte is going to range over. Going Gonna use that can arm throw home. It's gonna be play at the plate, but the throw is offline. Not sure if it would have mattered or not.
Left fielder, number 38.
But the Aces add to their lead, which they desperately needed. Gets the momentum back in their favor. Great patience in this inning. 2-1 count now. Gonna get one to hit over the middle. Not on it. 2-2 count. Runners on first and third. Strike 3 late on the fastball. 96 miles per hour right in there.
Pitcher, number 20.
I have Skim Milk Monhita up. Who is the pitcher? Maybe those low stats are in their favor there. More power that might be caught by SEC speed and center. But a nice little bloop will likely propel a rally here. Swings hard at the first pitch. Caught by Ranchez.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 18.
Takes the inside 2-seamer. 1-0 count. Another 2-seamer, but it's not a word. Better located this time.
It's okay. We let it fly.
Thank you. We can maybe cut that out in the VOD. I don't know. Slow runner on first. Gonna swing at the inside fastball. Caught by Mock at second base. Here is Milky Way, who has a double in this one. Swings at the first pitch again. Hit into right center field. Runner will go to third. He's gonna round third. Gonna go home. Will stay at third.
And if they weren't eating, glizzies and drinking beer in between innings, they could have made it home, but they've got like 20 speed, maybe even less than that. Not able to convert the run there.
Yeah, I believe that might be the pitcher, if I'm not mistaken. Missing on the 2-seamer. Second and third, down by 6 are the Lecheros. Has the 4-hitter up, gets one to hit, but is early on the changeup. Compose activated. Swings at another low and outside pitch. Not too excited about his performance so far, but plenty of time left. We'll go to the top of the third inning.
Number 48.
Bronx Aces are up by 6.
Yeah, Skull knows that was a pitch to punish, and he was unable to do so. So I'm sure we'll see more of that here as the game goes on. The pitching has been less than perfect from both sides, but it's also just the power of the bats from both sides.
Yeah, and that was another pitcher hit, this time by the Aces, though. Some good speed on that pitcher as well. Could definitely play a key part here if a ball is put into play. Takes a tough cutter. Go to the low changeup. Forces a chase. There's at the inside 2-seamer. They get a fastball high in the zone. Absolutely painted, but a fantastic take by Ward. 2-2 count now. Wild pitch. Full count. Mojita's going to try to clip the corner, and they do. A fantastic 2-seamer. Could not have placed it any better. Gonna stick to the 2-seamer, but that one's crushed up the middle. Surprised he got such a good bat on that.
Yeah, he saw this one off right up the middle. And the dangerous hitting Otis Ranches. Back up again.
He's always up in these key moments. Hits to the first. Back over to first again. That'll be a key double play. I mean, it was crushed.
Yeah, just able to give the defense an opportunity to make a play on it as they did there. An inning-ending double play. That's pretty massive for the Lecheros.
Might have been a 3-6-3. I'm not 100% sure who caught it at second base. But you don't see that too often. Change up in there. Milkowski down the count. Looking to force his way back in. Todd Gonzalez overall has had a pretty nice outing considering that you're facing one of the best bats in the AAA. Chases the inside 2-seamer foul. Milkowski's fighting. Gets a forkball really low. It's not able to lay off of it. Pitch that we really have not seen too much of. A lot of change-ups, some 2-seamers on the inside part of the plate. The rare fork ball appeared. It's guy into left field. He's going to range over there. It's going to drop in front of Delhomme. It's brutal.
Yeah, I mean, Delhomme's defense is really, his fielding stats really low. Maybe you just didn't want to risk a dropped ball, but I feel like you got to try.
Another fork ball hit hard this time, though. Another double play. Third inning. Left full of opportunities that were not fully taken advantage of. But here's the bad ball hitter. Down 0-2 in the count. A low changeup. Still 1-2 count. Gonna get a one to hit though. Right side. O'Hara stops it. Gets negative 29 on the throw. And it's wild. Goes rounds off the backstop. And a wild sequence there.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen an overthrow kind of round with the wall there around the backstop. Interesting. I guess there's a bit of a high fence as well.
That was crazy. Reg Mach has RBI Hero activated. Hasn't happened too much so far in this set. But not the best speed on second base, but we need speed if you can hit a home run, which is what he's looking to do here. Tough pitching here from the Lecheros. That's one hit right center field. That'll absolutely score a run. Be a sliding double. Bringing the lead up to 7 for the Aces. And you're Lecheros. You might look to another pitcher in the pen. It's honestly tough.
Yeah, I mean, the SSBRP just threw his 50th pitch. And the damage continues here as another base runner on the corner. Still no outs yet in this inning.
Yeah, Monhita came into the game with 1 out in the first. And will come out here with no outs in the 4th. Cottage Carlson gave SEC speed 1 to hit. Hits it right side past the diving first baseman. That will score yet another run. And this is not good if you're a Lecheros fan.
Yeah, Lecheros really just need to find an end to this inning. Need to start by finding their first out.
But why not 2, as that'll be a double play. Absolutely huge to try to put a stop to the momentum that the Aces have built here. Cottage Carlson coming in and doing his job. Gonna give the pitcher one to hit over the middle. Fluff's gonna range over. Caught. That one just did not want to go foul.
Yeah, there is not much foul territory in the stadium aside from behind the plate. And there was still enough of a margin there for the left fielder to make the nice play out there to end the inning.
Yep, very close there. 2-0 count now for utter squeeze at the plate. Nice hitting stats prove themselves there. Hit up the middle. Back to the 8-run deficit. Something that Lecheros are pretty common with in this current game. They were down 8-0 in the first inning. And now down 11-3. Pops that one to third baseman. Easily caught. You have Choco Fluff, or Choco. Top of the order. Hit right side. Past the diving second baseman. And once again, we might have something brewing.
I'm surprised that went for a hit.
There's at the low changeup. Gotta wonder how much Gonzalez has left in the tank. Late on that one, but got 98 on the power swing.
Yeah, I'm sure Julio's considering the 8-run cushion that he's built up here. As this one's in a shallow center. Diving play, but they catch it on the bounce. They kind of trap it in the glove, so no out made and a good hustle there. Good base running. Runners now at second and third.
Yep, very heads up base running, as you said. Now the double play is out of the question. And single would likely score 2 runs, so Lecheros are definitely back in it. Got to be patient, wait for the pitch, and that's what they're looking to do here. They stare at the 2-seamer, but Chase on the outside pitch may have been in there. He's going to tag up from third, and Julio throws to the cutoff man.
Yeah, maybe he thought that the Skull was going to retreat the runner But once he saw he was basically halfway home, he hit the cutoff. It was too late by then to make any kind of play.
Yep, 100%. Looking to step out, but is rejected by Metalhead. Way early on the changeup.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 86.
Cut the deficit from 8 to 6. You need to make Aces put up a 0.
Yeah, I mean, 6 is a lot more reachable, right? Like 8 sounds so drastic, but 6 is like, we've seen these guys put up 3 runs a pop at multiple innings in game 1. Here, you know, game 2, I think it's very much in the realm of reality to expect a comeback.
Yep. Super nice pitching here. Not so much on that one, though. That one's hit deep center field, an absolute no-doubter. Hitting off the little artwork piece, and that one will just extend the Aces' lead.
Caster's Curse is undefeated. Claim yet another one there, courtesy of Mama Junjun. Solo shot. That was perfect.
Yeah, and it won't stop here as you have a fantastic hitter up here. I keep jinxing everybody. I don't know why I keep doing this.
Back to back.
5, 6, 7 up here for Lecheros. Might just be Gonzalez's last inning. Tough to say, though.
It's off to a good, quick 0-2 start.
Yep. Just under that fastball. 1-2 count now. Fouls it off. And that's Milkowski staying alive here. That one's skied into center field. SEC speed will be there. And he's starting to put his reticle high and inside. I'm not sure if that's for every at-bat, but yeah, he's moving it up a little bit.
Yeah, he's kind of putting it in that same location. I think you saw earlier innings as well. Just has a hunch on where it's going to be.
Yeah, definitely a hunch, and this hunch is correct. Absolute no doubter to right field. Put your reticle anywhere, he'll find a way to put it out as this right fielder is having a great game.
Yeah, that one I think found its way maybe over the lower right-hand side, but he's able to snap the reticle and put an absolute missile over the right field stands.
Got back to a 6-run lead for the Aces. That number could change at any moment, though, as we've seen the power from both teams absolutely shine in this set. 2 long ballo contestants going at it. Well, a full count here. Whiffer activated. Fouled off the low 2-seamer. Hit to left field, be easily caught pending some shenanigans, but did not occur. Here's utter squeeze. And here, likely to come probably the SPRP if I had to guess. Yep, Disco Inferno. Which Uni said was $120,000 as a player.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely got his pitches in last game. And Disco Inferno finds a final out here in the 5th.
Yeah, kind of a shocking one, but...
Questionable front office management from the Aces, but we'll have to see how it pays off as the season carries on. Their offense is certainly clicking.
Yeah, fantastic showcase. I mean, they're up there in hitting stats for a reason, and down there in pitching stats for a reason, as we've seen. That one's hit to the shortstop. Magic will go to second, over to first, but only 1 out. Not a lot of speed at first either. I'm shocked they got that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe their front office is just comfortable with the offense and the best remaining available free agent pitching-wise was this guy whose agent deserves all the credit because that is an insane amount.
Yeah, you're getting the Rich Hills of the world on that team, but, you know, regardless. First and second. That's a strike. 1-2 count. Strike 3. Did not mean to cut you off there, brother. It's my bad.
No, I was just gonna continue with the fluff piece. So, let you get back to the action here. This one's deep into center field.
Yeah, the pitcher hits it. Gonna round third. Gonna go home. Maybe play at the plate, but not actually. Extends the lead back to 8. Ridiculous hitting.
What was the over? Do we know? Because I know it's been hit, but like, did we double it? Have we cleared it more than twice at this point?
Yeah, maybe. Hit over to third. Easy out at first. Back to the 8-run lead. Lecheros can just not get the Aces out as they've scored at least 1 run in 3 consecutive innings.
It looks like Teflon's hooking us up with the numbers at 23.5 was the over. Nearly clearing it in this game alone. There's still 3 innings to go.
Yep, I think we'll see plenty of runs in that time. Great take there, full count for the pitcher Carlson. Just under that one. Delivers up the middle. I mean, the pitches are hitting, the pinch hitters are hitting. I mean, this is a crazy set. There's Fluff at the plate.
A lot of work to be done here for the Lecheros, but they're entering the turnover of their lineup. As you mentioned, Choco Fluff at the plate now. This is a really critical moment in the game.
Yeah, you need to get some runs here. You have your best hitters up, the ones that you are most confident with. I mean, this guy has 6 home runs already. Looking to make it 7, but we'll have to see.
Oh.
Gets the pitch to do it with, but stares at it. Full count now. Delivers over the middle. Hit hard at third baseman, but Sphere just snags it out of the air. Not scared of the exit velocity of that one. 98.
Yeah, almost to the detriment of pre-moving the reticle. If he hadn't moved it, you got to wonder if he would have just timed it up and squared it up perfectly.
Squares that one up perfectly, but I mean, hard hit out, stay hurt. I mean, what are you gonna do? Getting good contact, that one's really perfectly squared. But you gotta stay patient. You're still in this game. Good hitter up in Milky Way, but those cutters in the middle of the zone are kind of freezing him. 3-1 count now. Inferno looking to get back in this one. Hit hard to left field. That one's going to drop. Advance the runner to third. And that'll be a stand-up double. Have the 4-hitter Dairy Magic at the plate. Single would likely score both runners. 2-0 count. Surrounded is activated. Stares at the outside 4-seamer. Swings 3-0 with the green light. That one's going to get down and score 2. And once again, we go from an 8-run lead to a 6-run lead.
Yeah.
Lecheros will continue to fight.
Julio just kind of backed himself into a corner there with the 3-0 count and decided to just go over the heart of the plate.
Jeff gets a little happy there, but swings. Top of the 7th. I believe that was 32 hits I read. 17 for the Aces, 15 for the Lecheros. Top of the order up for the Aces, looking to make the lead at least 8 like he has in almost every other inning. Great patience there, staring at the outside 2-seamer. And go to the changeup low, and a fantastic eye there by the Aces.
Yeah, leadoff walk is not what you want from the Lecheros. They're still hunting a 6-run deficit, but this double play would work nicely.
It sure will. Gets negative on the throw, but it does not matter. Gets one hit. The bad ball hitter will hit it. Left field, off the wall, just for a single. Gets positive on that throw. No big deal. Greg Mock at the plate, who's been a crucial player in this series, or let alone the whole season for the Aces. Gets a fastball to hit high in the zone. Also high in the air. Caught by Milky Way. And for once in 3 innings, the Aces have put up a 0 at the plate.
Yeah, it's tough to win a game when you're allowing that much offense to come across the plate.
Yeah. Need to get some runs here. You don't want to make it all happen in the 9th or combination the 8th and 9th. You just love to get at least like 2 here. It'd be fantastic.
Yeah,
the more you can get, the better.
2 would cut it to 4, right? Now you've got a leadoff walk.
Yep. Got the lactose intolerance up. Swings at the first pitch. Overran. SEC Speed's gonna throw to second for the out.
Oh, yeah. That's a fundamental base running error. I know it's a shallow fly ball, but, you know, there's a good reason, as we just saw evidence for, to let that runner at first kind of hang out halfway between the bases or a third of the way. But he's got to have some kind of lead because he didn't have the speed. As you just saw, there's a force out at second on the dropped ball.
Yeah, first and second here would be huge, but instead it'll be just runner on first, 1 out. 3-1 count now. Inferno will deliver. Ball 4. And all of a sudden, you'll have the pinch hitter that's been absolutely killing for the Lecheros. And it's Almond Joyner batting .556 with 2 home runs.
Julio keeping Disco Inferno in this game at 40 pitches. It was surrounded.
It's a deep to left field. It will be caught. You're up by 6, but also feels like you're hanging on by a thread in a way. I mean, it's a ridiculous game here in the best way.
Definitely feels like this game is teetering, really depending on the next 2 batters.
Number 18.
Yeah, we have a 0 junk, maybe 15 velocity and 15 accuracy pitcher with crossed up. This is going to be quite the showcase here. He hits it hard to the second baseman. Skull not too happy with himself. I mean, it was good contact, but just need to get under a little bit more. And the 15 velocity, 15 accuracy pitcher gets it done against all odds.
Yeah, I don't know if that pitcher expected to have his name called at any point in the season, but he comes into a game where, as we said, it's kind of an awkward one where they have a 6-run lead, but it also felt like the next run or the next 2 batters were really going to change the shape-up of this game.
Now you have Whipped Cream Wilson on the mound, who we saw kind of struggle in game 1. They did get the job done, but kind of rocky finish. O'Hara dives, makes the play. Out number 2, so definitely getting business done. Gonna quickly go into the next at bat with a fastball. 8-hitter at the plate. It's a deep to left center field. Way will be there though. Some nice speed. So bottom of the 8th, 2, 3, and 4 up for the Lecheros. Love to see some patience here instead of swinging at the first pitch. That one's skied into left field, and it looks like it will continue to go foul. Another one down the third baseline. 0-2 count now. Delivers. 2-2 count now. O'Hara fighting. Gets one hit and hits it hard yet again. Good contact, just not going anywhere. Gets one hit there, though, hard up the middle. For the first base runner of the inning for the Lecheros. And I may have misspoken saying that this pitcher had 15 accuracy. That's not true. It's 15 junk. Or 0 junk, 15 velocity.
Yeah, it's... Oh.
Oh, boy. First and second now, and I feel like we've seen that play 20 times now in this game. And here's Condensed Milkowski with RBI Hero activated. It's a perfect hitter you want up.
Oh my,
It's a hard third base side.
Pixels from being a 3-run blast.
There's the inside forkball. Over the middle of the plate, and that one is gone. Lecheros cut the deficit to 3. And Carl Danilton is definitely hanging his head in shame, as that was a no-doubter.
We've been harping on it. Just a few runs were needed to make this game feel like it was, you know, all the way back to even. I know we're still 3 runs away, but that is an absolutely massive moment here for the Lecheros. There's still only 1 out, and they have some decent hitters coming up.
Speaking of decent hitters, the outfield switch up messes with the Aces there. The game did not let him decide whether left fielder or center fielder, which leads to a lead-off double. And I mean,
this is the closer in, Mama. Like,
yeah,
there's no more relievers to really go to, I don't think.
Yeah, his bullpen is just rough. I mean, it's all on his hitting. That's why he has 14 runs. He's a great hitter. 1-2 count now with lactose intolerance at the plate. Pops it up. Utter squeeze. Will be pinch hit for. We'll go to Cream Puff.
Number 9.
It's the better handedness with the righty versus lefty. Good speed on second. Chases the inside fastball. Wants to step out, but is not able to. 1-2 count now. Balk's looking to get out of this. Goes back to the inside slider. Stared at. High changeup. Stared at. Full count now.
Awards time. This time with the full count. Everything on the line.
Getting ready. Fouls it off. Balks delivers. Fastball over the plate, but his reticle is off. That'll be strike 3. We'll go to the top of the 9th.
Number 16.
Yeah, I think he had the reticle there and then just sort of like jerked it away at the last moment.
Now batting number.
Yeah, definitely tough. See, pinch fielder, or I guess fielding substitute rather. It's not really a pinch fielder. Gives him one to hit over the middle. Past the diving second baseman, but not past Milky Way. Leadoff single here.
Now batting the right field. Number 86.
And Aces, I think you need to have. 3-run lead is not enough. If you could get that to, I don't know, 5, but even then,
Number 37.
such a tough moment here. Ainsworth at the plate, nerfed by the reverse splates of Wilson. Loses location there. Trying to force a chase, but Aces are not biting. Gets a fastball to hit. He will hit it. Right center field deep, but Latte will be there.
Well, if that batter wasn't impacted by reverse splits and being tense, that ball would have left the yard for sure.
100%. There's Yausphere up, third baseman. Hits it past the pitcher barely, and looks like a little bit of lag there. Does not impact anything though. First and second, and look who it is. He always finds his way to be up at the plate in the most crucial situations. They try to make sure they pitch him right, and they do. Over second, back to first. Double play. Perfect result there. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th with Bobson Dugnut on the mound.
Yeah, so surely
pinch
this is the final reliever for the Aces. We've seen the entire bullpen unloaded here, and the rest of this game hinges on Bobson Dugnut's arm.
Yep. If I remember correctly, his arm wasn't amazing in the last game, but I could be wrong. I feel like I remember seeing that gets ahead, not do too much, but...
Yeah, I think he might have been the reliever that gave up the winning run.
Deep right field. Caught right before the warning track. Just missed it. 1 out now.
Ball outside. That's down.
2-0 count. Fluff chases on the low one. Over to first. Now 2 outs.
Oh, that's tough because he had the Mind Gamer trade and Julio's accuracy you saw was decreased by it.
Be a tough one here. Hit into right field. And that will be the 3rd out. Match of the week. AAA ends in a fantastic split between these two fantastic hitters.
Yeah, fantastic series. Kudos to these guys. Thank you for streaming the games. Of course, as we mentioned, they were both live, so got to see some exciting action there. As it was a series split 1-1, and just tons and tons of runs, as we noted. That was just an epic series.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, we knew they were going to hit a lot of dingers, get a lot of base runners, maybe let up some home runs, which I know it's the opposite. And that's exactly what happened. I think game 1 was maybe 11-9. And game 2 was another shootout. I mean, we couldn't have asked for anything more.
Yeah, those are like, I don't know, just insane scores. I was trying to think of another sport real quick, but the score lines are kind of awkward there, but super high, double digits for, both teams multiple times. And so an epic series there, as we showcased or as we mentioned in the keys to the game. I mean, long ball contenders, a good amount of home runs there, but just the churning of hits. Once those players really got their bats going, they did not let up, and so they were able to punish a lot of the weak pitching that was kind of highlighted as well. I'm sure both players will try to kind of take a couple things away from this and learn, get better as the season improves, but the hitting is certainly a strength for both of them there, as we saw. So great series from both of those guys.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to both of them for both streaming. We saw 2 perspectives with the Lecheros in game 2. Just fantastic set. All the games that you and I have casted this season have been bangers. Hope that continues soon.
Yeah, it's been insane. I don't know what's in the secret sauce there, but we've been really fortunate to have some epic games, and I mean, really, even every series in the opening day, slot, like they were all great. This one was great as well. So, high expectations to live up to for tomorrow's game. That'll be, showcased there. It's the XBL side of things with Billy Banquo and Dark Raider, a bit of a Canadian standoff, if you will, as those two look to face off. It's going to be exciting, and it'll be back right here on the XBL Twitch channel. So, with that being said, I suppose we'll close things out here. Mama, what final words can you share with us?
I guess just continue to keep playing your games. I think we're getting a lot of games. Not a whole lot of people are falling behind, if anybody. And yeah, just fantastic set.
Yeah, it's been great. Pleasure as always, Mama. Thanks for joining me here this evening. And until next time, everybody, have a great rest of your night.